Hello! In this video, you're going to learn how to create an aim offset system. So our player is going to be able to aim up, down, towards the left, and towards the right. If you want the project files, they'll be available if you're subscribed to my website. We're going to create this tutorial in the third person template. With all that said, let's get into the tutorial. To get started, we only need one animation of your character aiming a gun. I'm going to provide an animation of a character aiming a pistol weapon somewhere in the description of the video. Make sure to download it if you want to follow along. Once you've done that, go over to the characters folder, to the mannequins folder, and to the animations folder, and to the mani folder, close Unreal, and just drag this idle pistol animation in. For the skeleton, select the SK mannequin. Then just click import. The next thing we're going to do is set up a control that the player has to press in order to aim and basically move around their weapon. So if we just go over to our third person folder and to the input folder, go over to actions, and we need to create a new action for when we want our player to aim their gun. So I'm just going to right click and go input, select input action, and I'm just going to call this my input action underscore aim. Then if we just go back to our input folder, open up the input mapping context, and we just want to add a new control for when we want our player to aim their weapon. So I'm just going to go over to mappings and go add new action mapping, and I'm going to select my input action aim. Then I want to make it so the player has to press the right mouse button in order to aim their weapon. So here under key, I'm just going to look for right mouse button. Then I'll just save this. Then we just want to go over to our blueprints folder and open up the third person character and just create a new variable and call it isAiming. Then in some free space, we just want to right click and look for input action underscore aim, so the input that we just made. Click this little arrow to expand, and basically whenever the player presses the right mouse button, this trigger node is going to fire. And when that happens, we want to tell the game that the player is aiming. So just drag in isAiming, set it, and make sure that this is checked, and connect from triggered into here. Then we just want to copy this, paste it, make sure it's unchecked this time, then connect from completed into here. Just compile this. The next thing we need to do is head over to our character's animation blueprint and make it so when we're pressing the right mouse button, our character does their aiming animation. So if we just go over to the mesh folder, I'm going to click this little browse icon. This will take me to my character's animation blueprint. And if you're on the third person template like me, we actually want to edit AP Mani, not AP Quinn, because this is basically a child of this animation blueprint. So just open it up and head over to the event graph. And the first thing we want to do is basically get a reference to our BP third person character. So our third person character is using this animation blueprint, and we want to get a reference to it so we can tell if we're aiming or not aiming. So I'm just going to go back to my AP Mani, and we just want to go to event blueprint initialize animation. So as soon as our animation blueprint loads, it's going to run these nodes. And what we're going to do is just check to see if our character, so if we just get this character reference, we're going to check to see if they're using the BP third person character blueprint. So just drag up here and look for cast to BP third person character, and then we just want to connect from here to here. Right click and promote this to a variable. That way we can reference it later. Next, we just want to go here. So this basically updates every single time our animation blueprint is updating, and just add a pin here. We want to check to see if our character is aiming. So I'm just going to drag in my BP third person character, get them, right click, and just go convert to validated get. This will check to see that I have a valid reference to my third person character. And if I do, I want to check to see if they're aiming. So let's just drag up here and look for get aiming. We then just want to right click here and promote this to a variable. Just call it isAiming and connect from isValid into here. Compile everything. Then head over to the animation graph. And we need to change a couple of things. So where this main states is, just right click here and go break link. This basically contains the animations that my character does. If I head inside here, we can see it has my character's locomotion and their jumping animations. Just go back to the animation graph to go back. We just want to drag off here and look for cache. Click new save cache pose and just call this main states. So this will basically store all of the animations that my character does here. And what we're going to do is just right click and look for layered blend per bone. So this one, layered blend per bone. What we're going to do is basically layer two animations on top of one another when our player is aiming. So their base pose is just going to be whatever their normal animations are. So if we just right click and look for main states, and we want this one, use cache pose main states, and connect this into base pose. For their blend pose, we can just look for our idle pistol animation and just connect this into here. Then we just want to right click again and look for blend by boolean. Sorry, this one, blend poses by bool. The bool is going to be whether my character is aiming, so just get this is aiming, connect it into here. If this is true, then we just want to connect from here into here. If this is false, then we just want to right click and look for the use cached pose main states and connect this into the false and connect this into here. Next, we need to tell Unreal Engine where we want to basically play this animation on top of this animation. So if I just select layered blend per bone, I can select the bone that I want to basically layer the animation on top of. We just want to go add element, and if I just go here and select my SK mannequin, I can see their skeleton. And I'm going to select their spine 01. So basically, if I select this bone, it's going to layer my idle pistol animation on top of all of these bones. Depending on what bone you select will depend on where it lays the animation. We just want to select spine 01, but feel free to play with this. So spine underscore 01. Make sure it's spelled correctly, otherwise this won't work. Let's just go compile and test that this is all working. So if I just go play, when I press the right mouse button, we can see I'm aiming. When I let go of it, I'm not aiming again. Nice. That happened a bit fast, so let's make it a bit slower. If I open this up again, I'm going to change the true blend time to 0.3 and the false blend time to 0.3. This will mean it takes 0.3 seconds to blend between the true and the false animation. So if I just go compile, close this, and I go play, that looks a bit smoother. Nice. The next thing we're going to do is make it so the player character will rotate up or down depending on where we're aiming, and we also want to make it so the player can basically look around whilst they're aiming. So to set that up, if we go back to our animation blueprint, go over to the event graph, and just create a new variable and call it aim offset. Change this to be a float. We just want to drag it in and set it. This will basically determine how much my player character is rotated. And to basically get this value, we just want to drag in our third person character reference. Drag off here and look for get base aim rotation. And we just want to drag off here and look for get actor rotation. And we just want to drag off here and look for delta rotator. So this will take away A's value by B. We then just want to right click here and look for split structure pin. And we want the value in the Y. You'll see Y in a second. Just drag off here and multiply this by -1. Then just drag off here and look for clamp. And we want this one, clamp float. This basically limits how far our player character can basically rotate. If we don't have this clamped, then our player will basically be able to bend all the way backwards. For the minimum value, I'm gonna make it -55, and for the max value, I'll make it 55. But you can play around with this after. And we just want to connect this into here. And then only if my player character is aiming, we're gonna have a branch, and just connect this into the condition. If we're aiming, then we'll set our aim offset to be whatever this is. If this is false, then we just want to set our aim offset to be 0. So just drag in aim offset and look for set aim offset and set it to be 0. Then just compile this. Go over to the animation graph, and the next thing we need to do is just right click and look for the modify, and on this one, transform modify bone, and just connect from here into here and from here into here. For the bone we want to modify, just select here, and I found that from spine 04 works well. So this is going to be the bone that we're going to be rotating and modifying. As you can see, we can play with translation, rotation, or scale. We want to basically rotate this bone so that our player character kind of bends when they're aiming their gun. So I'm just going to right click here, split the structure pin. Okay, and then to help showcase what I mean, if I just select this transform modify bone, if we scroll down and change the rotation to be add to existing. Now if I go over to this value here, to the x-axis, and change this to be something like 55, and go compile, you'll see how my character bends down. And if I just change this to be something like -30, and then go compile, my character bends backwards. So we just want to connect the aim offset into here. Then go compile. If I close this and I go play, when I press the right mouse button, then I look down, my character looks down. When I look up, my character looks up. Nice. To make this system nicer, we're going to make it so when we are in A mode, if I rotate, my character will kind of rotate with it. And we'll also make the camera kind of zoom in so it looks a bit nicer. So I'm just going to go back to my third person blueprints, open them up. When we're aiming, we can just drag in our character movement, drag off here and look for set, orient, rotation to movement. This is true by default and makes it so our player character will kind of just rotate to whatever direction we move in. We want to make it false. Then we just want to drag off here and look for set, controller, desired rotation, and make sure that this is checked. Connect this into here. Copy these two nodes, paste them. Although this time, make sure orient rotation to movement are checked, and this one's unchecked. Go compile, close this, and go play. When I press the right mouse button, we can see that when I rotate, my character's rotating. Because I don't have any animations for this, and it looks kind of bad, what we're going to do is make the camera zoom in, and that way it'll look a lot nicer. So I'm just going to open this up. I'm going to drag off here and look for add timeline. Connect this into play, and connect this one into reverse. Open up this timeline, and I found a value of 1 second works pretty well. Go add track, add a float track, right click, go add key to curve float. At time 0, we want a value of 0. Right click again, add another key to the curve float. At time 1, we want a value of 1. Whoops, so I'll just select it again. And then right click on the first node and go auto. This will help make it smoother. Compile this, then go over to the event graph. And what we're going to do is make it so our camera will actually move forwards, so it kind of helps the player aim a bit more. So if we just go here, drag off this new track and look for lerp, and we want lerp of vector. So this will make it so it moves from the value of A to B over the duration of 1 second. This always has to be between the value of 0 and 1 to work. Okay, for A we can leave this at 0, 0, 0. Although for B, let's just move our camera so it's kind of like in an aiming position. So I'd say around here. Maybe that's a bit too close, so back a bit. Okay, so 290 in the X, 80 in the Y, and 30 in the Z. Let's just copy that here. And then I'm just gonna make it so my camera has 0, 0, 0, so it's back at the start here. Then we just want to drag in our follow camera and just drag off here and look for set, relative, location, and connect this into here. And connect from update into here. Then one more thing, because I found when you move the camera kind of close to the player, sometimes it kind of like clips with them. So just scroll down and uncheck do collision test. And now if I go compile, close this, and go play. When I press the right mouse button, we can see it zooms in to my player. I'll just do this in full screen mode. So it zooms in, I can aim up, I can aim down, I can rotate, and I can rotate here. I think I want the camera to be just a bit higher, so feel free to play around with this value. Maybe I'll make it like 70. If you want the project files for this tutorial, I'll make sure to leave them somewhere in the description of this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to learn how to create full games inside of Unreal Engine, make sure to check out my website, unrealengineuniversity.com. I have a bunch of courses where you'll learn how to make a bunch of different games, like an FPS game, a 2D platformer, and a lot more. With all that said, bye and have a good day.